white out, I wouldn't have to use this. I usually like to, let me just hit it one time. I like to do it. There we go. Makes me feel important for just a second. But I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight and call our regular monthly board meeting to order. We appreciate all of you coming out. I think we got another room full right across the hall, but we're having to combine 2 months recognitions tonight because this was bad weather. Bad weather last time, so anyway, we didn't want to miss opportunity and forget those in January, so we're looking forward. I guess you guys are January, so February's wait, so we're looking forward to that. That's definitely the most important, the best part of our meetings, to have students and parents and all our staff come out to support them, and we really appreciate that. So when I open the meeting tonight, I can't help but think about kind of like that, you know?
Smith.
Okay. It all went dark. Just, you know, you guys were talking about shutting my mic off. They didn't cut the lights out. I'm getting a little bit concerned now. But see, I think last week or something, last week was National Counselors Week, and I know we really appreciate all the work they do and to help guide our students, and that's a really tough job, and some of the roles that they have to play with students, how important it is, and sometimes I'm sure some of the counselors I talk to, it certainly tugs on their heartstrings, but we appreciate that, the great job you do as well as everybody else. But I know that this morning, Amber Ward sent out Love the Bus. That was really cool. I like that, and showing appreciation for our bus drivers, and we do appreciate them very much. And when you look at 56, I think it was 5,660, if I'm correct, students ride the bus a day, and 140 buses, 11,000 miles. That's a lot. And somebody's definitely doing a good job, because you hear very little complaints, and we certainly appreciate all you do. And this one's kind of tough. This is really tough. We lost a student from Random Elementary, Maddie Vernon, and she evidently was just like the flu symptoms or respiratory, and I was watching the story and all, and it's really, that breaks my heart. I can't even imagine what that family's going through. And then you go to the doctor thinking it's something simple, and then it just gets worse, and she passed away. So please keep that family in your prayers, that school, those students, teachers, because I saw her, they showed her a little picture and all, and that's tough. I can't even imagine, but I just had to mention them. I can't get them off my mind. So at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Cutler, would you lead us in a word of prayer? Start our meeting, please.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, I just come to you and just ask you for one thing, help us to follow you and do your will. And that's it. Every day, tonight, tomorrow, in our lives as parents, as students, just ask you to help us to do your will, and that's it, dear Lord. We love you. I just want to give you all the praise and glory. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Todd. This time I'd ask for everyone to please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, our superintendent, Dr. Gainey, will share some comments.
Thank you, Mr. Cook and board members. Just want to point out some
some things that have been going on in our school system. Been a busy month since January 13. Part of the busy was caused by the winter weather, which I hope we're behind. I hope no one's cheering on any more snow. We've had enough. We're good to spring break. So if you like snow, please don't cheer in my presence. I don't like cold weather, I don't like snow, and I don't like upset parents when their kids are not in school. So I feel that. But we've got great staff who work very hard to make sure your kids are taken care of in our staff and those parents that are driving kids to and from school during these times. So just know that all three groups are at the top of our list for priority and safety. But January 30, had a chance to attend some events, special events. Virtual Academy in Randolph had a Data Discovery Student Recognition event, and it was over at Randolph Community College. And I just want to say a big thank you to Justine Gilardi, the principal, and her staff. Great event. Been to several of those events and just enjoy watching the kids engage. Thanks to Dr. Arlen, president of RCC, for letting us use his facility. That afternoon also that morning, I had a chance to go to Judy Cable School with Farmers, a great award ceremony for grades 3 through 5. Thank you, Judy, and your staff. Just a great event. Next day, I had a chance to go over to Wheatmore Middle. Matt Smith, I don't think he's in here tonight, but he had a great award ceremony for his grade 7 students. Had a chance to see that. And then last week, on Tuesday, the 4th of February, we had our annual spelling bee. And I'm just going to tell you, it went 22 rounds, I do believe. And the last, I'm not speaking for the principals in the back of the room, but if they're not nodding their head, they're probably not telling the truth. We're all looking at each other. There were words being called out that I didn't know existed. And none of my principals back there did either, because I had no idea how the kids were going to spell them. But we did come to a winner. Madison Watts, an 8th grade student at Trinity Middle School, who won the spelling bee. And I just want to take a moment and thank, or congratulate Madison and all the other students. It's pretty tough when you're on a stage, and we're at Journey Church. Randy Kelly always lets us use his facility. It's wonderful, and we appreciate that from him. But they're up in front of everybody on the stage. It's pretty high up, and they get asked a word. And again, I'm not speaking for my principals, but I wouldn't have made it to round 3, probably. At any rate, just congratulations, Madison. Great job all the students. On Thursday, I had a chance to get to Trinity Elementary, saw award ceremony with the 4th grade. Ginger Williams and her staff always do a great job. As the next day, I had a chance to go to several things. Saw Michael Crowder here, had a chance to go by his school, see an assembly for grade 8 on Friday, and Franklinville, I see Katie Henderson back there, her staff had a great assembly recognizing grades 3 through 5, and Angela Harris, I've not seen her tonight, I'm not sure if she's here, but Ramsey had a great event as well that day. So Friday was... She's here. Oh, she is. They're trying to get credit for being present, folks. But there's no bonus for being at these board meetings. So at any rate, but there is a bonus because you get to see great kids recognized and great staff tonight. So Friday was quite a day for me. I got to see 3 different school settings and see 3 different great groups of kids recognized. And so I always appreciate the effort the staff makes to make those things happen. I want to go back to January 25. We had middle school wrestling tournament, middle school basketball tournament, and I want to congratulate the Southeastern Randolph Middle School wrestling team for winning that tournament, and Southwestern Randolph Middle School girls team for winning the tournament. Thank you, Wynn Ashworth, and everybody at Panama High School, Robert Mitchell, his staff, for really working hard to make that a great event. Want to say thank you to some teachers that got a chance to go to Grace Chapel in the last month and read to the 4th grade teachers' classes, leadership reads, and also read to Miss Owen's class, Virtual Academy, a 4th grade class. Did that virtually. They're virtual, so I was virtual. I sat at my desk and read to them, and it was quite an experience. So it also is Career Technical Education Month, and I want to say a big thank you. We saw David Cross did a presentation earlier today. Nobody has a more energetic career technical education director than the Randolph County School System. He's very bright and very detail-oriented, and because of that, school level staff is always on their A game as a central service and CTE department. So we want to say a big thank you to them and just wish them a great month of celebration. Lastly, I want to speak to 2 things. Tim Kelly, you may not know who Tim Kelly is, longtime basketball coach. I say long time, I could easily say legendary. basketball coach at Trinity High School, and last week, very exciting to see him recognized as in the class of Hall of Fame inductees for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. And if, just want to say, Tim's listening at any point, special person, special coach, and oh my, special influence he had on kids for so many years. I've seen a lot of great basketball coaches in my 55 years, and he's as good as there is out there. It's a great honor. This is a wonderful honor. And I'll end on this. We're headed to the end of the winter sports season and headed into the spring, and that's at the middle school and high school level. And I just want to put out for anybody listening, sportsmanship is paramount. No win with poor sportsmanship really matters, in my opinion. And I want us to be different. I want us to be a different county, a different community, a different school system. So I will continue to talk about sportsmanship and urge and insist that we display good sportsmanship. Many people don't know, but the state of North Carolina has been short 400 officials or referees with whatever sport it is, whether it's an official, a referee, or an umpire. We've been short 400 the last couple of years collectively across the state. And I want us to be different. I want us to be supportive of not only our kids and our coaches, I want us to be supportive of the adults that help us make these events possible, because just as I mentioned Tim Kelly, the amount of learning and experiences that kids get from high school athletics and the other extracurriculars, whether it be marching band or chorus, you can't put a value on that. For those of you who have elementary students and you've not been through middle and high school, just know the activities ramp up, and it's just great to see the kids have these opportunities. But let's be different. I'll continue to ask us to be different there, and let the games be played on the fields and the courts and not in the stands with arguments. Either arguments among people or arguments at referees and officials. So we have some fantastic children. It's just fantastic to watch them compete and watch them represent their schools. And we need to continue to make that the focus of what we're doing when we go into gyms or into stadiums to see games. So, Mr. Cook, this concludes my comments.
Thank you, Dr. Gaines. This time I'll ask for approval of the minutes from our January 13th, 2025. We have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. So we're gonna move on to our recognitions. Ms. Amber Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Cook, and good evening to you, our other board members, Dr. Gainey, and to all of our guests. It is now time to recognize our Star 3 students for January. The Star 3 program honors students who are respectful, responsible, and doing the right thing. The criteria for selection could include being a role model for others, making positive accomplishments inside and outside of school, good attendance, passing grades despite obstacles in life, good behavior, and nomination from a faculty member. We again want to extend our gratitude to our Star 3 sponsor, Wayne Thomas Chevrolet, who will purchase the 96 Star 3 student plaques to be handed out during this school year. We are grateful for their support of our students. And now for the presentation of the Star 3 awards. Students, as I call your name, please come to the front to receive your plaque and remain at the front until all of the students have come forward. Parents, other family members, or anyone else here in support of the student are welcome to stand. After all the students have come forward, there will be an opportunity to take photos at the end. Franklinville Elementary School, Daniel Wilson. Franklinville Elementary is proud to recognize Daniel Wilson as our Star 3 student. Daniel Wilson is a dedicated and responsible third grade student who consistently demonstrates the qualities of a cardinal by embodying the SOAR expectations. He works hard to do the right thing and always strives to meet the standards set for him. Daniel approaches his studies with a strong sense of responsibility, and his positive attitude is evident in everything he does. In addition to his academic efforts, Daniel is a kind and supportive classmate. He is always willing to lend a hand to others and contributes to a positive, collaborative classroom environment. His thoughtful nature helps foster a sense of community among his peers, and he consistently shows respect and kindness toward everyone. Daniel also sets a high standard as an attentive and engaged student. He takes initiative in the classroom, often completing tasks without needing to be asked. His ability to follow directions and remains focused makes him a role model for others, and his actions inspire his classmates to do their best. Grace Chapel Elementary School, Emma Jessup. Grace Chapel would like to recognize Emma Jessup as the Star 3 student for January. She is an excellent second grade student who completes great work, takes her time to be thorough, and follows instructions and rules of the classroom. She is respectful to all she meets and makes the right choices. Emma is a great friend to her classmates because she is kind and caring and wants them to succeed. She is a true model of respect, responsibility, and an active learner. Emma is star quality because she is such a well-rounded student. Congratulations, Emma. Level Cross Elementary School, Raylan Dempsey. Level Cross is proud to recognize Raylan Dempsey as our Star 3 student. Raylan is a remarkable 5th grade young lady who has blossomed so much this year. Raylan wants to do her best and has overcome many obstacles to get to where she is today. She gives it all in everything she does and consistently demonstrates remarkable resilience and strength. As a straight-A student, Raylan arrives at school each day filled with enthusiasm and determination to excel. Her positive attitude and bright smile make her an extraordinary friend and classmate, inspiring those around her. She works effectively with others and teams, clearly expressing her ideas while listening to others and respecting their perspectives. Raylan approaches each day with an optimism that is contagious. Raylan is a shining example of Level Cross pride. Liberty Elementary School, Nidia Salas Gomez. Liberty Elementary School is honored to recognize Nidia Salas Gomez as our Star 3 student. Nidia's teachers say that she is an absolute joy to have in class. She constantly works hard in everything she does, and goes above and beyond what she's asked to do. Nidia is a prime example of how hard work and determination will lead you to success. Nidia loves to help her classmates and teachers in any way she can, and she often translates her students who are learning English. Nidia's confidence shines through in the classroom and around the school. She brings a smile to everyone's face, and Liberty is blessed to have such a wonderful student on campus. Northeastern Randolph Middle School, Madeline Beckham. Madeline Beckham embodies all the qualities of a Star 3 student. She is intelligent, hardworking, and well-rounded, consistently excelling in the classroom. Beyond academics, Madeline shines as a member of our school softball team, where her passion and commitment are evident. Madeline is a dedicated member of our school community, always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. Whether it's creating banners and dressing up for Spirit Week or adding her unique touch to groups and activities beyond her own, she goes above and beyond to contribute. Her peers and teachers alike admire and respect her, recognizing her as a true patriot through and through. Northeastern is proud to have Madeline Beckham as our Star 3 student. Providence Grove High School, Caleb Ward. Providence Grove High School proudly honors Caleb Ward as our Star 3 student. Caleb is dually enrolled in the University of Mount Olive Ag Academy and is a positive asset to the program. Many of his conversations begin with, "I have a question." He is truly inquisitive, always searching for greater depth of subject material and complete understanding. His positive attitude and care for his fellow classmates makes him an outstanding young man. He consistently meets deadlines and stirs his fellow classmates by reminding them to also meet their submission deadlines. He values learning and fully participates in all class activities. Field experiences to local corn and soybean fields and farms would not be the same without him. Tremendous growth has been noted this semester as he has assumed responsibility for face-to-face and online college classes, additional high school classes, and his participation in both cross-country and tennis. Caleb has participated in both sports since his freshman year, is a 3-time all-conference selection in cross-country, and a 5-time academic all-conference recipient. Caleb plans his time well to meet all of these deadlines. After graduation, he has aspirations to enroll in a university to study business. He then plans to become involved in agriculture business. Providence Grove is proud to present Caleb Ward as our Star 3 student. Ramsor Elementary School, Eric Marleo Castillo. Ramsor Elementary is proud to recognize 5th grade student Eric Marleo Castillo as our Star 3 student for January. Eric exemplifies all the traits associated with a Star 3 student. Teachers and classmates describe him as a compassionate, diligent, reliable, resilient, and respectful. He demonstrates exceptional integrity both in and out of the classroom. His capacity to face challenges and persist while upholding a growth mindset is truly admirable. His commitment to consistently push through and strive for excellence is just one of the numerous reasons we are proud to honor him as the Star 3 student for Ramsor Elementary. Randleman Elementary School, Sophia Diaz. She cannot attend. Okay. Sophia is a new student at our school, and despite the many changes in her life, she has adapted incredibly well. She arrives each day with a smile, is well prepared and eager to learn, and isn't afraid to ask questions. Sophia is kind to all of her classmates, always ready to lend a helping hand, and is well liked by everyone. Each day she greets us with a warm good morning and a hug, bringing joy and positivity to my day and to those around her. Randleman High School, Carolina Ramos Kendero. Randleman High School is proud to recognize Carolina Ramos Kendero as our Star 3 student. A staff member declares that Carolina has a smile that brightens any room and a goodness that emanates from her spirit. She is one of our hardest working and most service-minded students. She maintains a high average while taking advanced placement and community college courses. As a student ambassador, she serves Randleman Elementary School, tutoring and setting a positive example for our youngest Tigers. Before the school year even began, as part of her Beta Club service hours, Carolina helped to organize Chromebooks in our media center and aided in distributing them at open house. She continues to volunteer daily in our media center. On her own time, she is working to organize a service project to gather items to help children in need. Carolina truly has a giving servant's heart and is a wonderful role model for her peers. Randleman Middle School, Jamari Little. Jamari is truly one of the most kind-hearted individuals you'll ever meet. He consistently goes out of his way to help both his teachers and peers, always showing a willingness to lend a hand. Every day, he goes above and beyond in his work, assignments, and in simply being a good human being. His joy and infectious laughter bring positivity to those around him. Jamari is a source of encouragement and support, fostering a welcoming and uplifting environment for everyone. He makes it a point to greet others warmly and engage in meaningful conversations. His exceptional work ethic and strong sense of integrity are evident in everything he does. Jamari is a great listener and note taker. He fully participates in every class, always giving his best effort. He is one of the happiest and most enjoyable students to have around, truly brightening every space he's in. Randleman Middle School is honored to recognize Jamari Little as our star student. Get your picture, so if you guys can scrunch together, Ms. Beverly's going to take it. Thank you. You may be seated. Now it's time to recognize our star employees for January. The RCSS Star Employee Award recognizes school employees who take responsibility, exhibit good character, and serve students on an ongoing basis. Each of our 32 schools, along with central services, awards 2-star employees each school year. Awards are presented to star employees at our monthly Board of Education meetings from September through February. For the 7th year in a row, Vicki Gallimore of Remax Central Realty is serving as the sponsor of our RCSS Star Employee Awards. As sponsor, Vicki Gallimore is purchasing the 66 plaques to be handed out to our winners during the 2024-2025 school year. We are extremely grateful for Vicki Gallimore's support of our school staff members. Star employees, as I call your name, please come forward to receive your plaque, and as the award recipient comes forward, anyone here in support of the star employee is welcome to stand. Employees remain standing at the front, and we will have an opportunity to take group photos at the end. Franklinville Elementary School, Jessica Powell. Franklinville Elementary is proud to recognize Jessica Powell as our star employee. Mrs. Powell exemplifies a remarkable work ethic that consistently shines through in all aspects of her professional life. She approaches each task with dedication and a clear sense of responsibility, ensuring that everything she does contributes to the well-being and success of the students and staff she serves. Mrs. Powell has built a reputation for always being willing to lend a helping hand to both teachers and students. She has a unique ability to offer support where it's needed most, whether it's assisting with classroom activities, guiding students through difficult situations, or simply offering a friendly ear. One of Mrs. Powell's standout qualities is her ability to develop and maintain wonderful relationships with her bus riders. She creates a safe, welcoming environment on the bus, ensuring that students feel comfortable and respected. Her interactions with the riders are always positive, fostering an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect. Whether it's a simple greeting, a moment of advice, or helping resolve conflicts, Mrs. Powell knows how to balance authority with warmth, creating a space where students look forward to their ride each day. Her rapport with the students reflect her genuine care for their well-being, making her a beloved figure among the children and their families. Grace Chapel Elementary School, Jennifer Ladd. Grace Chapel is pleased to recognize Mrs. Ladd as our star employee for the month of January. As an EC instructional assistant, she can frequently be seen around campus taking students to their classrooms, lunch, or recess. She always has a smile on her face and a patient, loving demeanor. She is positive and always speaks kindly about her students or other staff members. Mrs. Ladd works hard for her students and genuinely cares for them all. She goes above and beyond every day without complaint. She is very deserving of the Star Employee Award for Grace Chapel. Congratulations, Mrs. Ladd. You are one of the best and very much appreciated. Level Cross Elementary School, Ashley Fulk. Mrs. Ashley Fulk is an invaluable addition to our Level Cross team. She connects with staff, students, and parents so meaningfully that she lets them know she cares. She clearly articulates the school's vision and goals to unite our school community. Mrs. Fulk makes every effort to support staff needs and foster a positive school culture. Her knowledge and passion for education make her an incredible addition to the Level Cross family. We are proud to recognize her as our star employee. Liberty Elementary School, Emily Hendricks. Liberty Elementary School is honored to recognize Emily Hendricks as our star employee. Mrs. Hendricks is an amazing first, second grade combo teacher who truly cares about her students' success. She has fully immersed herself in perfecting how to manage a combination class and has done so effectively and efficiently. Her colleagues note that she has the patience of a saint and heart of gold. If you walk into her classroom, you will experience a warm and welcoming space where students are consistently challenged to give their best and a genuine encouragement that will make anyone want to learn what she is teaching. Mrs. Hendricks' dedication to her students and their families is evident in her careful planning, willingness to meet challenges head-on, and determination in seeing all of our students succeed to their highest potential. It is not lost on us that we have an exemplary teacher in Mrs. Hendricks and are privileged in getting to recognize her today. School, Clint Doss. Clint Doss is a true unsung hero, working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure our school remains safe, clean, and welcoming. A dedicated and hardworking individual, Clint is always ready to step in whenever and wherever he is needed, often without being asked. Whether assisting our head custodian or tackling additional responsibilities, Clint approaches every task with a positive attitude and unwavering commitment. Clint consistently goes above and beyond his assigned duties, often without receiving the recognition he deserves. He never complains about his workload and is always willing to help fill in for others when needed. His work is completed promptly and with exceptional attention to detail, reflecting the pride he takes in everything he does. Clint Doss is a shining example of reliability, selflessness, and excellence, and we are incredibly fortunate to have him as part of our school community. Providence Grove High School, Charles Deaton. Providence Grove High School is proud to recognize Mr. Charles Deaton as a star employee. Mr. Deaton is in his second year at Providence Grove as a masonry teacher and has recently been named the new varsity head softball coach. Mr. Deaton has not wasted any time becoming embedded within the school culture that is Patriot Nation. As an integral part of PGHS's CTE department, he provides his students with real-world skills and on-the-job training through on-site projects through work they've completed on the athletic fields. Mr. Deaton builds and fosters positive professional relationships with his students, his colleagues, his players, and community members. Due to his contributions in and outside of the classroom, Mr. Deaton is truly an asset to our school and community. Providence Grove is proud to recognize Mr. Deaton as our star teacher. Ramsor Elementary School, Forrest Cox. Ramsor Elementary is proud to recognize Mr. Forrest Cox, our head custodian, as our star employee for January. Mr. Cox is an invaluable staff member. He takes pride in our school and demonstrates his pride through his attention to detail and by maintaining the shiniest floors in all of Randolph County school system. He is personable and will do whatever it takes to create an inviting learning environment for students and staff. When he is not cleaning, he is a mentor and role model to several of our students. Ramsor Elementary is excited to recognize Mr. Cox for this award in appreciation for all of his hard work and dedication to making Ramsor a great place to work and learn. Randleman Elementary School, Jennifer Samolsky. Ms. Samolsky goes above and beyond for all of our students and staff. She always puts the needs of others before her own. She doesn't do it because it is part of her job. She does it because she cares. She does a lot of behind-the-scenes work to help ensure that our students and staff feel safe and cared for. We are excited to nominate Jennifer for Randleman Elementary School Star Employee. Randleman High School, Rachel Henshaw. Rachel Henshaw exemplifies someone called to teach. She goes above and beyond to provide her students with the highest quality of education. Her English classroom is a dynamic, welcoming environment in which students are challenged, supported, and provided meaningful, timely feedback. She meets with students before school, during her lunch, and during her planning block to answer their questions, listen to their ideas, and provide support. As our Beta Club sponsor, she has revitalized this organization, helping our students to orchestrate a successful dodgeball tournament, taking student volunteers to a local nursing home, and collecting items to help our mountain communities devastated by Hurricane Helene. Most of all, Mrs. Henshaw is just a good person who draws in our students with her kind, caring nature. She is an educator, role model, and a supportive colleague that we are proud to have as Randleman High School star employee. Randleman Middle School, Julie Davis. Mrs. Julie Davis is an exceptional CTE teacher. She works so hard to provide opportunities for our students in the classroom and through FFA. She is always willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that every decision being made is what is best for students. Recently, she arranged an agriculture tour at Randleman High School for her students. One student was unable to attend. Mrs. Davis knew the student had highly anticipated this field trip, so she took the student on a personal tour during her planning. The student was so excited to go, and it's just one example of how she puts her students first. In addition to her classroom dedication, Mrs. Davis also sponsors the FFA shooting team. As a sponsor, she spends many Saturdays supporting her students. The students love her class because she cares and goes above and beyond every day for them. Randleman Middle School was honored to recognize Ms. Julie Davis as our star employee. Transportation Department, Garage Shop Foreman Ronnie McNeil. Mr. McNeil is a natural-born leader and has shown this quality all throughout his career. He is patient with instructions and goes to great lengths to make sure the mechanics understand the proper procedure to diagnose and make repairs to our fleet. He is well respected by all who know and work with him. With many years of experience, a vast knowledge of diesels and mechanical equipment, and his attention to detail, Ronnie has proven to be an invaluable asset to RCSS. We are proud to know and work with him and are especially pleased that he is our star employee this month. Curriculum and Instruction Division Occupational Therapist, Holly Serrano. Holly Serrano is a dedicated educator who routinely goes above and beyond to support students across our district. Her innovative methods and data-driven approach create engaging and effective learning experiences. In her role, she fosters a collaborative team environment and is always willing to lend a helping hand. She is admired by her colleagues for her commitment to excellence and seek her guidance as she is constantly seeking out new methods to meet student needs. We are thrilled to nominate Holly Serrano as star employee for the Exceptional Children's Department within Curriculum and Instruction. All right, Beverly's going to get a picture, so we'll scrunch together. Thank you, congratulations. All January students and staff are dismissed. Thank you all for coming.
She's got January badge.
Cakes this weekend, go back to she got 2 months
I was getting ready to do this. I was getting ready to do this.
She told me to do it first one. Yeah, all years. I wanted for years.
Take it to them all.
How you doing?
This is part of
Hey, how are you?
my son, winter. Yes, I'm missing.
Where's he?
He goes, he's in house first. Now we put him in, charge. Tabernacle. Yeah, 98. Everybody. You got none. Yeah, he does. We'll have to figure it out, Mike. Yeah, he said, "Will you see here?" Yeah. Gary?
Yeah, she's in charge.
Yeah, that's the next last meeting.
I think
If you see it right now, it's like when Brian walked up, I thought.
I want to see Amber's shoes. I want to see your shoes. I know. Hey, Miss Dorothy. Mrs. Dorothy. Where'd you get those pretty shoes? We walked up there and I said, well, what's Dorothy? She called demanding attention. Did you have your worn those shoes all day long? I meant, today I'm at the park and I was like, I'm wearing my t-shirt. Yeah. They're so cute. I couldn't walk from here to the podium. I'm so not grateful. All my shoes are black.
Me too.
Now, finish it, where are you from?
I know. Well, just in the snow.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can hear you. Yeah, you're probably like this. Probably go all the way.
Have your attention. We are now going to recognize our Star 3 students for February. The Star 3 program honors students who are respectful, responsible, and doing the right thing. The criteria for selection could include being a role model for others, making positive accomplishments inside and outside of school, good attendance, passing grades despite obstacles in life, good behavior, and nomination from a faculty member. We again want to extend our gratitude to our Star 3 sponsor, Wayne Thomas Chevrolet, who will purchase the 96 Star 3 student flags to be handed out during this school year. We are grateful for their support of our students. And now, for the presentation of the Star 3 awards, students, as I call your name, please come to the front to receive your flag, and remain at the front until all the students have come forward. Parents, other family members, or anyone else here in support of the student are welcome to stand. After all the students have come forward, there will be an opportunity to take photos at the end. Coleridge Elementary School. Maya Guido Garcia. Maya consistently exemplifies the best classroom behavior by actively listening to her teacher, showing respect to her classmates, and maintaining a positive attitude. She does well on her schoolwork, often coming up with unique ideas that showcase her artistic talent and creativity. Mia has demonstrated remarkable growth, pushing herself to improve each day by facing challenges with determination. In addition to her academic achievements, Mia works hard to be a good friend to her classmates, offering kind words and support to all her peers. Mia's determination and progress this year have been truly impressive, and we are proud to call her our Star 3 student. Eastern Randolph High School, Victor Beltran. The ERHS faculty is proud to recognize Victor Beltran as our Star 3 student for the month of February. Victor is a very hardworking, humble young man who has contributed a lot of time and energy to making our school and community a better place. He is a leader in our junior Civitan club and has been very active with service projects within that club. Victor is also a part of the RCSS wrestling team and a percussionist in the band. He is in the Randolph County Lift program, and in his spare time works at his family's Western wear store. In the future, it is Victor's goal to attend a 4-year university majoring in business and entrepreneurship. The RHS is proud of Victor and his accomplishments and know he will represent RHS well in his future endeavors. Farmer Elementary School, Lucas New. 5th grader Lucas New is a kind, resilient young man who has grown leaps and bounds during this school year. He always puts 100% into his assignments, and he takes pride in his schoolwork. He enjoys participating and contributing to classroom instruction and tries to overcome obstacles by looking for solutions instead of giving up. He is a valued member of our farmer family, and we are proud to have him as our Star 3 student for February. Grove Elementary School, Hawkins Gilman. Hawkins is a very bright, respectful, and responsible young man. He comes in with a positive attitude every single day. He likes to be challenged and does not hesitate to help his classmates with whatever they need. He is a great role model for others and a model student. We are proud to call Hawkins our Star 3 student. Southeastern Randolph Middle School, Cadence Henley. The Southeastern Randolph Middle School staff is thrilled to nominate Cadence Henley as our Star 3 student. Cadence is an outstanding student who consistently demonstrates kindness, respect, and a strong work ethic. She strives for excellence in all she does, not only by achieving top grades, but also by ensuring she truly understands the material and helps others do the same. Her willingness to support both her peers and teachers showcases her leadership and generosity. As an avid student, she continues to grow in character and determination, making her an even stronger role model. We are incredibly proud to have Cadence as a member of the Wildcat community, and she is truly deserving of this recognition. Southmont Elementary School, Connor Pugh. Southmont Elementary recognizes Connor Pugh as our Star 3 student. Connor is an exemplary student. His teacher, Mrs. Adams, states, "I can always count on him to show Mustang pride by being ready, responsible, and respectful." Connor is very kind-hearted and looks for ways to be helpful. He is loved by everyone in our class and is a hard worker. He always wants to do the right thing, even when no one is looking. For a 2nd grader to have such integrity is an amazing quality and something to be applauded. We are proud to honor Connor as Southmont Elementary's Star 3 student. Southwestern Randolph High School, Damani Freshwater. Damani is a young man who is wise beyond his years. He is hardworking, respectful, intelligent, and always willing to lend a helping hand to his teachers. Everyone who knows Damani can see his potential and the outstanding qualities he has to offer. Damani is an outstanding young man and will be extremely successful in the future. He has persevered through difficult times while remaining focused and grounded. The Southwestern Randolph High School staff is proud to acknowledge his efforts and accomplishments in the classroom and on the track. Congratulations to Damani Freshwater on being selected as Southwestern Randolph High School's Star 3 student for February. Southwestern Randolph Middle School, Addison Wood. When it comes to identifying a student that brings joy to everyone they encounter, there is no better example than Addison. She is always willing to help others, and she never meets a stranger. She gives her best effort to complete tasks within the classroom, and she even helps the school's office staff to deliver items to classroom teachers when it is needed. She is very respectful of adults in the building as well as her peers, and she comes to school each day with a positive attitude and a smile on her face. For these reasons and more, we are proud to recognize Addison as our Star 3 student for the month of February. Juliet shows a strong work ethic in the classroom, effectively participating and always giving her best effort, even when faced with challenges. She has a natural curiosity and eagerness to learn that inspires others around her. Juliet also shows great leadership and is a positive role model for her classmates. She is kind to others, has exceptional behavior, and a positive attitude. Juliet always has a smile on her face and is a true example of what it means to be a tabernacle cougar. The Virtual Academy at Randolph, Hayden Wilson. Hayden, 7th grader, participates in classes daily. What is most impressive about Hayden, beyond his academic excellence, is his genuine character. In small groups, he will step up to take the lead in the group. He consistently demonstrates an incredible work ethic, completing assignments with dedication and excellence. His inviting personality brightens our virtual classroom, fostering a positive and collaborative environment. He truly embodies what it means to be a virtual student, showing adaptability, responsibility, and active engagement in every session. On top of that, his funny personality adds joy to our class, making learning an enjoyable experience for everyone. Hayden is a remarkable student who deserves this recognition. The Virtual Academy at Randolph is proud to nominate Hayden Wilson as this month's Star 3 student. Warrior Ridge 612, Cooper Tysinger. Cooper is a hardworking and responsible student who strives for excellence in every class. Not only is she academically driven and motivated, she also volunteers to help with many of the after-school athletic events. Though humble and often soft-spoken in the classroom, Cooper has been an asset to the soccer team, often encouraging and leading her classmates. She plays hard, works hard, and always seems to put her best effort into any task. This dedication and determination to excel sets her apart as your Warrior Ridge 612 Star 3 student. And you're going to take your picture. So if the tall can get on the back, and then two groups. There you go.
Right, how's that? Got it.
Congratulations. You may be seated. It's now time to recognize our STAR employees for February. The RCSS STAR Employee Award recognizes school employees who take responsibility, exhibit good character, and serve students on an ongoing basis. Each of our 32 schools, along with Central Services, awards 2 STAR employees each school year. Awards are presented to STAR employees at our monthly Board of Education meetings from September through February. For the 7th year in a row, Vicki Gallimore of Remax Central Realty is serving as the sponsor of our RCSS STAR Employee Awards. As sponsor, Vicki Gallimore is purchasing the 66 plaques to be handed out to our winners during the 2024-2025 school year. We are extremely grateful for Vicki Gallimore's support of our school staff members. STAR employees, as I call your name, please come forward to receive your plaque, and as the award recipient comes forward, anyone here in support of the STAR employee is welcome to stand. Employees remain standing at the front, and we will have an opportunity to take group photos at the end. Coleridge Elementary School, Casey Jenkins. Ms. Jenkins exemplifies the qualities of a STAR employee through her kindness and unwavering support for students. She cares deeply for the students she serves, going above and beyond to meet their diverse needs. Each day presents new challenges, and Ms. Jenkins approaches these with determination and commitment to her students. She is willing to step up and help in all situations without hesitation, showing her commitment to our students and school. Her positive impact on our school is felt by students, staff, and families. Ms. Jenkins is truly an invaluable member of our Rocket family, and we are proud to call her our STAR employee. Eastern Randolph High School, Holly Shalansky. The spirit of the STAR Employee Award is to recognize teachers who are committed to student-centered service and learning. Holly Shalansky joined our Wildcat family this year as a math teacher. She has jumped in with both feet and is actively involved in all areas of our school and community. She rebuilt the Eastern Randolph High School swim team and had a competitive season. Ms. Shalansky is a collaborative team player who works with all students to ensure their success, not just in her class, but in all areas of life. Ms. Shalansky and her family are often seen at extracurricular activities cheering on the Cats. It is with great pride that we recognize Holly Shalansky as the Eastern Randolph High School Star Employee for February. Farmer Elementary School, Sarah Briles. Mrs. Briles has the unique job of being both the music and AIG teacher at Farmer. She works hard to plan, organize, instruct, and then direct original creative performances for the community. She even adds rehearsals to her schedule to ensure that every performance will be the best it can be. And working with our AIG students, she builds relationships and helps them think outside the box as they learn. Her students love coming to her AIG classes, and one parent recently said that her son makes sure they are not running late on Wednesdays because that is the day he goes to AIG. Farmer is very lucky to have Mrs. Briles as part of our Farmer family, and are proud to have her as our star employee for February. Seagrove Elementary School, Dee Richardson. Dee is such a wonderful asset to our school. When she enters a classroom, she is there to help the teachers and students in any way possible. She goes above and beyond to help everyone. Dee also runs our daycare and heads up our social committee. She is very busy, but makes it look so easy, and it is very much appreciated. Seagrove is proud to call Mrs. Richardson our star employee. Southeastern Randolph Middle School, Paige Rollins. The staff at Southeastern Randolph Middle School are honored to nominate Paige Rollins as our star employee for her unwavering dedication and passion as a school counselor. In a short time, she has built strong, trusting relationships with both students and colleagues, fostering a supportive and welcoming environment for all. Paige consistently demonstrates a commitment to growth, never hesitating to explore new approaches or seek guidance when needed. Her positivity is contagious, and she is always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. Paige's genuine care and compassion are evident in everything she does. She is truly an asset to the Wildcat community and has undoubtedly found her calling in counseling. Southmont Elementary School, Elizabeth Strider. Southmont Elementary recognizes Mrs. Elizabeth Strider as our star employee. As part of our second grade team, Ms. Strider consistently pours her heart into her classroom community. She establishes and maintains supportive relationships with her students, both past and present. Her patience, kindness, and selflessness are unwavering, even on the most challenging days. She prioritizes student engagement through resources and discussions that are relevant and meaningful to students. She is invested in every student's success and well-being. She truly embodies the attributes of being ready, responsible, and respectful. Mrs. Strider is a valued member of our school community, and we are proud to honor her as Southmont Elementary's star employee. Southwestern Randolph High School, Kelly Long. Mrs. Long has transitioned flawlessly into her first year as a CTE classroom teacher. She provides a level of care and excellence to the classroom, just as she has in her previous roles. Mrs. Long has remained positive and steady during technology issues in her classroom and approaches every challenge with patience, creativity, and a smile. Mrs. Long cares for each of her students first as individuals and then seeks to educate them on the curriculum from this foundation of care. Southwestern Randolph High School is blessed to have Kelly Long on our team. Congratulations, Mrs. Long, on being selected as Southwestern Randolph High School's star employee for February. Southwestern Randolph Middle School, Rebecca Hill. Ms. Hill has only been with Southwestern Randolph Middle School for 2 years now, but she has learned a lot about working with students and being firm and consistent in her expectations, their effort and focus on school. She serves frequently as a substitute bus driver and has been willing to drive athletic teams at times to various sites. Ms. Hill offers her time and energy in many aspects of the school day when the opportunity exists, while making sure that students know she cares about them and wants to see them successful in life. Her dedication to the school is unquestioned, and that spirit is what makes her a valuable asset to the culture of Southwestern Randolph Middle School. Because of this, we are proud to recognize Ms. Hill as our star employee for the month of February. Tabernacle Elementary School, Kimberly Sweet. Kim is an outstanding teacher, co-worker, and friend. While also being a third grade classroom teacher, she is also the lead mentor at Tabernacle and is a mentor for a couple of our beginning teachers. Kim has gone above and beyond for mentors and beginning teachers, and she has done a wonderful job. She is a great educator who the students love and is a great friend and co-worker that will always have your back when you need her. She offers advice and a lending hand to all who need it. Kim shares ideas of classroom techniques, and if she does not know the answer to your question, she will keep working until she finds the answer. She is an exceptional teacher to learn from, and she is a true example of what it means to be a star employee. The Virtual Academy at Randolph, Caitlin Swiggett. Ms. Swiggett, social studies teacher, has been such a great addition to staff at the Virtual Academy at Randolph. As a principal, I am most impressed with the initiative and leadership she has shown as a first-year teacher. Caitlin is an absolute delight to be around, a radiant beacon of joy and laughter in our midst. Her infectious humor and unwavering positivity illuminate even the darkest days, infusing every moment with warmth and light. She as selflessly pours her heart into every task, always eager to lend a helping hand and dive headfirst into school events. Her dedication knows no bounds as she tirelessly goes above and beyond for her students, igniting their spirits and nurturing their dreams. Every day with her is a celebration of passion and kindness that inspires all of us to reach for greatness. We are proud to have Ms. Caitlin Swiggett represent the Virtual Academy at Randolph as this month's star employee. Roy Ridge 612, Tina McCormick. We are proud to announce Tina McCormick as our star employee. Tina exemplifies dedication and hard work. She consistently steps in to assist wherever needed, often without being asked. Tina is known for her warm smile and her exceptional ability to foster and maintain positive relationships with her school bus riders. She cultivates a safe and welcoming environment, making her riders look forward to seeing her each afternoon. Congratulations, Ms. McCormick. Your contributions are invaluable, and we deeply appreciate all that you do. Picture, so we need front row and a back row. Make sure you can see through the window. Congratulations. That concludes our recognitions. You are free to go.
Amber, my phone died and took so long. You did, really. So look, I can't text her. Just wait, bring us back to cake, okay? Oh, we still got stuff before we go to closed session? I thought we was going to closed session.
It's not starting.
Is she Hey now, how you doing? Y'all behaving yourself? Y'all had a long evening tonight. Yeah, he does down star log, doubling up the presentation. I'm going to have no idea. Go over and click that. That's what reminded me of. That was like 2018. So I'm going to send you.
Usually I have to go tell her to come minutes. I'm the one that has technical difficulties.
Hey,
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I just want to make sure I knew that.
But when I first did it, it asked me for my username and password.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I did that. It said, I sent you an email from my phone. And then I thought, then I kept this thing. I said, whatever, I got it. Because I was trying to figure out how we do it.
You're like, I'm Jason. We hear it. She needs wheels on that leg. She needs wheels. I know, you need wheels on that. Go to Amazon, they'll send you another one. It's cold, I hate it.
Everybody told me I spoke, they should try to keep you straight.
Really, a little bit nervous.
Toby told me to keep you straight, 3 or 4 more. Nothing less. Okay, at this time, we have one person signed up for public comments, Jason Pomatils, hopefully I got that correct. You'd like to come up?
And folks, since we don't normally have public comment, just a few reminders to everyone about the board's policy. Speakers do have 3 minutes. We ask that you not mention names of employees or students, and that you not engage in any defamation. Board members, the policy is that you do not respond from the table to public comments. But if there's an issue, it can be addressed by working through with the administration. Thanks.
Jason?
Okay, Jason, we called you, yes. Now, the good thing about it, I called you up, but you missed all the rules from us. So that's a good thing too. We
See a
want
clock right there, right? Be nice. Keep it
3 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Superintendent Gainey. I really had a great
This is my
conversation.
phone. Yeah, turn the mic up.
There you go.
So, once again, Superintendent Gainey, had a great conversation with you a few weeks ago. Thanks so much for being responsive to the needs of our parents. I'm gonna say that. And to the board, thank you so much for everything you do. You guys have an impossible job. I mean, educating our youth is the most important thing that we're doing, which is why I'm here today. I'm here basically to say, what do you need from us as parents? We want to be responsive. One thing you had mentioned is that you need bus drivers. Nobody knows you do. You've got a bully pulpit that you give us every single week, or if there's gonna be inclement weather, we got inclement issues when it comes to buses, tell them people, they're ready to go. If you wanna be, I gotta say, I've spoken about 30 gentlemen that have Class Bs, that are like, all right, well, what do I need to do? It's like, they just need the training. So if you can send something out that's easy and accessible for them, possibly on a Saturday, because a lot of these people are working all week, we could probably handle that for you as well. And if you need, when it comes to scheduling, each one of them is willing to say, you know, I'd be available for this day, this day, this day. You could fill that roster up pretty quick. So, like I said, I've never done this before. This is the second most adult thing I've ever done. The first week was adopting a child. That was the most adult thing I've ever done. But there is such a thirst out there right now to help you advance our children beyond our expectations. I want them to be able to grow free from us. Like we have a thought about education, and I'm thinking about looking at this from an entire perspective, not just the reading, writing, and arithmetic, you know, looking at it from a nutritional standpoint, transportation standpoint, family involvement. Everyone is on board to do as much as they possibly can. I spoke with like 5 parents here tonight. I just met them the first time tonight, and I asked them, how far would you go for your kids? And they said to the ends of the earth. So what I just want to say to you is, you've got an army of people out there that are willing to help. They've got lots of time on their hands, they've got tremendous skills. My wife, for example, she's a clinical dietitian. She works almost specifically with women, infant, and children. And she's a little bit upset when she finds out that they're serving donuts and honey buns in the morning and stuff. It's like, and I used to be a catering chef before I started working in public safety. There's just ideas out there to do things differently. Please, if there's something that is needed, any wish list, and you know, I mean, aside from asking for $1 million or something, how about 1 million hours? Ask for 1 million hours from parents, see what they can do, and just, I'm excited, I'm so excited for Coleridge, and this is one way, if you get us involved, you keep them in the school system, and we're not looking for charter schools. So, sorry, not rehearsed, but that's what I got to say.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, we appreciate that.
Can we hire him as like our spokesperson? Like, can we hire him as like our spokesperson? He's so enthusiastic.
You know, we don't get that very often in public comments. I mean, I know we're not supposed to say something, but, you know, what you missed, we were told board members aren't supposed to speak or say anything, you know. But sometimes that don't apply when you say what you said, so we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm just super happy with the progress that's made. I just, you know, I see that there's a lot of need, where it could be helped out. I got some time, so.
Thank you. Okay, so, I need to, Lord, I just got,
You need to.
cross me up, I just lost my spot. Okay, I need a motion to adopt the meeting agenda.
So moved.
We have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, up next is Dr. Gainey.
Okay, board members have several gifts to present to you tonight. 6 of them as it is, or actually 7, because one memo has 2. First gift is on January 17. Had an email from Jamie Horner, Principal Liberty Elementary School, regarding a gift given to her by her school by the Liberty Public Library in the amount of $5,000. And this is to be used to purchase books to be sent home to students for the summer break, promote reading, and I accept this gift on January 21 on behalf of the board, and it's an information item since it's $5,000 or less per board policy 8220. The next gift was to Northeastern Randolph Middle School, and January 30, Anthony Grosh made me aware of this gift from Amber Poe in the amount of $900. It's to be used to support families in need of financial assistance for field trips. I accepted this gift on January 30 on behalf of the school system, and again, it is information item due to being $5,000 or less. The next memo you have is gifts to Randall Elementary School. It has 2 gifts. On January 16, Sean Shoptow, principal of Randall Elementary, made me aware of these gifts. Anonymous community member donated $300 to be used for student needs. I accepted this gift on January 16. And another anonymous community member donated $250 to the school for student needs, and I accepted this gift on January 16 as well. Both are information items due to being $5,000 or less. The next is a gift to the Randolph County School System, and this is on February 4. Larry Chappell, Director of Instructional Support Services, Title II and Title V, made me aware of a gift given to our school system by the Crescent Rotary Club in Greensboro. And this resulted from a grant written by the Greensboro Symphony Orchestra Incorporated in amount of $2,650. And this is to be used to cover transportation costs for our fourth grade students to go to the Greensboro Symphony at Tanger Center in March, which is an annual, the Symphony's annual event for our fourth graders. And this gift was accepted on February 4. Again, information item due to being $5,000 or less. The next gift is a gift to Southeastern Randolph Middle School. January 23, I was made aware of this by Melanie Ritchie, principal of Southeastern Randolph Middle School. It was given by the Holmes family in the amount of $500, and it was to be used to support students in areas of need identified by the school. And I accepted this gift on behalf of the school system on January 23, and it is the information item, it's $5,000 or less. And then finally, February 33, Matt Smith, principal of Weeble Middle School, made me aware of a gift given to the school by the Hartsville Trinity Little League Basketball Association of $1,000. It is to be used to buy new cheerleading uniforms for the school. And I accepted this gift on February 3, and it's an information item since it is $5,000 or less. So, board members, as always, we appreciate the gifts that people are providing to support our school system and our schools individually, and appreciate the way in which the principals use these gifts on their campuses. And I want to thank Larry Chappell the other night. I thought I had the agenda finished for gifts, and I get this email that comes in, and it's about the orchestra grant money that he's been reaching out for a while. So I don't know if Larry's still back there or not. I think he left. So thank you. Appreciate him getting us. We get that in on this board meeting as well. So, any questions about the gifts, board members? Okay, thank you.
All right, Marty.
Okay, good evening, board members. Tonight I bring to you the monthly reporting of contracts that exceed $50,000. First item is Dell Marketing for Chromebooks around the middle school in the amount of $64,884.80. White's International Trucks, repair parts and service in the amount of $75,000. And Carolina Thomas LLC, again, repair parts and service in the amount of $85,000. That's what I have to report this month.
Thank you, Marty. This time I need a motion to approve the consent items.
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We're gonna move on now to the action items with, Dr. Gainey has a nice new plan to talk about.
Okay, board members, bringing to you something titled Bus Driver Plan. It's just, I don't know what else to call it, so that's what it is. I may not have a real catchy title, but I'm very excited. What I get excited about is all my staff have different skill sets, and it's interesting when you get into one of these things, one of these plans, and you're trying to figure out how can we be creative a little bit, maybe generate some more interest and fill some vacancies we have, and how can also we take care of our current bus drivers. Because it's twofold. It's not always looking for more. We need more, as the Mr. Palmetier just talked about. We need more. We know that, but we also need to make sure we're doing stuff for people who are working hard every day for us. So this plan has multiple steps. I want to tell you, showed it earlier to Andrea and Marty, and I've been working on the dollar figures a little bit, and just want to say thank you to both of them. And I didn't know when we were going to start this plan, and if it's approved tonight, but was real excited to hear finance officer say, "I'm good April 1, I can make it work." So instead of waiting until August and what it might do or could do, here we go. So I just want to walk through it. I'm not going to read it to you, but it's up there on this thing. But big thing, there's three parts to this plan. One is to recruit people to fill vacancies. but also to provide incentives for those permanent bus drivers who are driving every day, and a lot of our substitute bus drivers who are maybe driving every day, maybe driving multiple days a week, but let's provide some incentives for them and also some incentives for future bus drivers. So some advertisement, recruitment strategies, I think that needs to be there. One is a promotional video that we're gonna get together and put out and promote the role of a bus driver. Another thing that is interesting to me is that I wonder how many people come through the carpool line and don't know that this school or that school they're a child at school, they're in the carpool line, and they even know that the school needs bus drivers. You can post jobs, you can do anything you want, but sometimes it's, are we missing this somewhere? So talking about creating a banner and moving those banners around, what that banner looks like, don't know yet. It probably needs to be bright and probably not real pretty, so people will look at it and say, wow, what's that banner? I did this at my first school as principal. I put in a reading program, I had this completely ugly bright banner in the lobby, and it talked about the reading program. It got everybody's attention from many ways, so I don't know if we'll put completely not attractive banners up, but at any rate, looking at banners and move those around. If a school has 2 or more bus driver positions, move them around. And I think we need to start getting the conversation out more about bus drivers. There's 3 options. Can you do the morning and the afternoon? If not, can you do the morning only? If not, can you do the afternoon only? We do that with teaching positions when sometimes we get two retires and we pair them together to fill a teaching position. So I think we've got to get creative as we move forward. Just be clear on number 3, putting a sign on activity buses. We're not allowed to put anything on yellow buses. We can do activity buses, but the yellow buses we cannot. That's why there's not a yellow bus option there. Again, talking about how can you apply, and trying to, if we can figure out how to do it, we need to keep that conversation going about afternoon and morning only, or afternoon only. Can we find 2 people that can take care of one of our buses, one do the morning, one do the afternoon? 4 and 5, reaching out to companies throughout the county, see if anybody wants additional employment, some additional income. Again, if we have people not apply because they think we have to have the morning and afternoon. And reaching out to military recruiters. You know, I grew up in a military community. I like the idea of the team approach that comes, in my opinion, when I see a lot of things with the military. So I've already reached out to them. We'll follow back up with them. One of the local recruiters has, as of December, all of our positions. He has a sheet of everything. So that's some strategies we're going to employ with this plan. Now, so that's your recruitment. So then you get down to the next thing, incentivize, some incentives for people. So, you know, we have a lot of people driving. And everybody knows that we require classified employees to get their license. That's one of the requirements. And we also know they get tired sometimes when they drive a lot, and we've been doing that. So how can we come back and provide some incentives? So the first item is just kind of landing on this. So every bus has 2 routes every day, a morning and an afternoon. And we're going to hope we don't have any snow days, because our best school years are the ones that we go 180 days. I may be the only one that feels that way, but I love the 180-day school year. So I doubt I'm the only one. But so if you have 180 days and 2 routes a day, there's 360 routes possible. So we're going to put $500 on every bus, every yellow bus. Okay? And so if the Winter Ashworth drives 30 routes, she might drive some mornings, some afternoons, and she gets the 30. Stephen Gainey drives 100 some mornings, some afternoon, and we're going to do 2 routes a day, morning and afternoon. And then, you know, Dale comes in and drives the different. We're just talking about 1 yellow bus. Whatever percentage of those 360 Dale drove, he's getting that percentage of the $500. And Winter's getting that percentage of the $500 what she drives. And I'm getting a percentage of what I drive. So, you know, here again, you know, when you start talking with your staff and you're thinking, how can we turn this around? Now, number one, no principal knows this. So they're going to have to start keeping some different records if they don't have them. We're going to have to be very, you know, because you know when this hits, if this gets approved, when this hits, everybody else is gonna know how many routes they drove, everybody, so they're gonna, so, we wanna start this, instead of waiting until August, let's start it, we've got some people that are tired. Let's start at April 1 to the end of the year, so from April 1 to the end of the year, it's not gonna be $500, it's gonna be $200. Come August, we're gonna reset to $500 for a whole year. So there's a little bit of incentive for, and it can apply to the regular bus driver, or it can apply to the substitute. Say I'm the regular bus driver and I get sick for a week, well, then I'm gonna miss 10 of those routes. So I'm gonna get 350 of the routes driven, and somebody's gonna get whatever the percentage of the 10 is. The next thing we've heard is there's nothing to look to. This is item number 2. We got everybody on we have everybody about on the same pay rate. So we want to weave in, start making a schedule. Every 3 years, your salary bumps up a %. And right now, the only thing it bumps up is if the state gives a raise. So this would be, we'll fold the state in, and we'll still, every 3 years, we'll do 1%. So we want to put that in, and again, talking with Marty, what can you do? And all this is going to be based off people's number of years of CDL. We're not going to ask the schools to go help us determine how many years this person or that person's been driving. We're going to go off the number of years they've had a CDL. And Marty's already been working on this. So with Wendy, so Stephen Gainey has 3 years on them. So when Marty resets and puts everybody on the salary schedule, it's going to be how many years does Stephen Gainey have on his CDL? How long has he had that CDL? Whether he's driven or not. Okay? So that's another piece we have put in here. And in August of each year, we will automatically give Dale Brinkley another year. He's got another year on his CDL. Well, he's going to give a year. We're going to give him a year service, regardless of whether he drove or not. He might not have driven the whole year, but he's had his CDL for another year. So, and he's going to keep working to the 0 to 3, the 4 to 6, the 1%. Okay? And there's limits on what we can do. But again, unbeknownst to me, Marty had already done, how many of the schools had you already looked at?
Not quite half the schools.
Half the schools. The other day we were talking finalize this. Marty said, well, already looked at half. I've been working with Wendy, you know, so, and again, this is one I didn't know. I thought, well, maybe this has to start in August. No, it started April 1, and so I appreciate that. So, the last item incentive-wise is, and I want to keep this on the bus drivers. I want them to have the opportunity for this, whether they're a permanent bus driver or a substitute bus driver. Now, 2 is permanent or substitute. Anybody's got a CDL in this system. That's number 2. Obviously, number 1 is whoever's driving the bus, whether they're a permanent person. So, you know, if I'm a permanent driver on number 1, and I want a $500 bonus, then I'm never, you know, I'm going to try my best not to ever miss a day. A route, you know, I want my whole $500. So item number 3 is you're permanent or substitute, and you help us recruit somebody. Okay? So we have, I go recruit at Winna, and I'm a substitute or a permanent driver. And Winna comes and she stays with us and drives for 120 student days. The only reason why 120 days there is that's kind of what, when you start talking about year of service or year of BT as a teacher, it's 120 days. So we've got to have something for what constitutes a year for the bus driver being with us. So 120 student days. Winna, who recruited you? Did you recruit me or I recruited you?
You said you were.
I recruited you. Okay. So I get at
And I was
Winna.
taking money.
I get at Winna to come to one of our permanent spots, and she stays for 120 days. Even if she leaves day 121, I get $250 bonus. 550, right? Is that what we're gonna call it? Maybe, I don't know. Here's even better. If I recruit at Winna and she stays 120 days, and I get her to take a bus route that's been open for, or a bus that's been open for 6 months or more, I get a second $250 while she stays 120 days. Now, I hope she won't leave day 121. And if she leaves, stays 121 and thinks I'm gonna split it with her, I'm not. So, but this is for yellow buses, and this last one is about getting a permanent driver for a yellow school bus. None of this has to do with activity buses. None of them. So, and I made a note, it can only be for permanent yellow buses, that last one. We're trying to feel, like I know a couple places had buses open for, board member mentioned, what about these buses been open? I think it's where I heard it. What about, so I went looking, what about these buses that have been open for more than 6 months? We've got some schools with multiple buses open, multiple bus driver jobs open. That's why back on the banner, let's don't try to make a banner for everybody, let's try to make a banner for ones that have the heightened need in them. And if that school gets down below 2, then we move the banner somewhere else that needs it, if there's one. So I bring this to you tonight, rough cost. We have 140 yellow buses on the road, $500 per yellow bus, $70,000 on a whole annual cost. The $28,000 from April 1 to the end of the year. The salary schedule could cost us as much as $35,000 to get it reset. And then I just did a high figure, that number 3. So what I did was I said on December 17, we had 37 positions that have bus attached to them, whether it's only bus custodian, or bus school nutrition. So I said, well, what if those 37 routes, I just do a lot of times when I budget high. So what if all 37 of them have been open 6 months or more? That means somebody could get $500 from each one of those. So 37 times 500 is $18,500, if my math's right. Somebody may be checking it now, but so I don't know that it'd be 35,000 reset the schedule. It obviously won't be 18,500 because not all the buses have been open for 6 months or more. The one constant we do know is that unless we lower our number of yellow buses on the road, which is going to be very difficult in this school system because of the distance we travel, we know that's going to be 70,000. Could be a little bit less if we were to miss some days of weather in those 5 we absorbed. So 70, 35, and then 1850, but again, 18,500, which 18,500 is the max right now. Now, if we wind up with 50 bus driver positions open, then obviously it'll go up. But it may not always be 250s per vacancy. Any questions?
On incentive 2, is that retroactive on that as
No.
far as?
No.
Okay.
It is not, and I should have said that, Mr. Burgess. Thank you. And hold on. Okay, look at note number 1. I'm not saying that, I should have highlighted that, but the last line of note number 1, no retroactive pay, there's no way we could go back and figure that really. I mean, we just, we're gonna be hard enough pressed to get to April 1.
Yeah.
And, just, I only point that out, I don't mean that, I only point that out so it's there in writing.
Okay.
Anybody grabs this and says, Marty's gonna place people on the salary schedule, and, I first had this idea of based on actual time driving, but we don't have the manpower to do that. It becomes a negative. We're gonna go, Marty, and I think Wendy, you guys kinda got how long we had someone that had a CDL, let's honor that. Getting a CDL is not an easy thing either. It's tough to get it, so, let's honor it, and let's try to make this as attractive as we possibly can.
Maybe consider, since it's being a recruitment type plan, maybe called the bus driver incentive plan, so they could look at it and know, hey, I can get this.
We're gonna flood big time here. Y'all pretty
Maybe get the old love the bus girl back there to come up with a catchy slogan.
Maybe she can drive a bus on a video and have this thing floating behind it like a kite or something.
I mean, she's got ideas, I can tell, she's just.
So board members, that's, we talked about this in December, and I shared a little bit of it with you in January, but I knew we weren't ready because I didn't want to bring it in without dollar figures, and I didn't want to bring it. We will cover this primarily with fund balance and or lap salaries, but I'm just gonna be honest with you, I can't really tell you in good conscience lap salaries, we hope we have none. I mean, we have no vacancies, that's where lap salaries come from. But same token is, the last two budgets, they close every year. Our transportation needs to, it's just a matter of which one closes first. And, so, you know, I think I said last time, any day of the week, you ask me what's the least funded areas, I would say North Carolina public school system is gonna be EC, transportation, technology. And it's been that way for a long time. So to say this one's gonna be funded by lap salaries would probably be a hope that, I don't even wanna, because we have lap salaries, Marty's gonna use that, he's gonna use that somewhere else. And, you know, one of the things you didn't, that, I may have said this in the, you were talking about 11,000 miles a day, you were talking about 140 yellow buses a day, you mentioned that, I think it was, Mr. Cook. Didn't you mention it in the work session? How about $16,000 a day for transportation before we pay any salaries? How about that? Before we pay a single salary for transportation.
I mean, I know we certainly appreciate you guys looking into that, and I mean, that's a, I mean, I'd actually, if you need any help, I'm just sitting here, my mind's just working on maybe the billboard or the little banner, I'm thinking, you know, put you a nice yellow bus, maybe Marty's head out the window driving the bus and Dr. Gainey strapped on top. If I can do it, anybody can, you know.
Well, I can do it, hold the bus on the top.
We can come up with some pretty crappy ideas, I mean.
Hey, I have my CD.
Oh my gosh. We still have an electric bus.
We still have the electric bus and we didn't.
Me and Fred will push it. He does. But anyway, thank you for doing that, so,
Well, I want our drivers to know, it is not.
you coached, did you drive a bus? You probably did.
We understand people are getting, we understand they're getting tired, but we don't have school unless the kids come to school. And, I think one of the best things that, was in place where I came here, and it's a great thing, is having people, the classified employees being required to get their license. Now, they may be throwing something at the screen as I say that, but again, we can't have school unless we get our kids here. But at some point, I think, we've got to do something to realize that they're tired, and we wish those 37 vacancies would go down, and they haven't yet. We'll keep working at it, but we have a way to keep the buses rolling, and so let's focus on who's helping us keep them rolling, and that's what, quite frankly, goal 2 and 3 have a lot of focus on who's keeping them running. Our current, well, actually 2 really, our current people, but then eventually hopefully we'll get 3 with some future people as well.
You know what, so it's a scary thought. I drove a school bus when I was in school, I think after me, that's when they quit, right? Shortly thereafter, a couple of years ago.
16
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still 24.
Yeah. I can't believe it, but,
So why does Marty get to drive the bus, not me?
what?
Why does Marty get to drive the bus?
What'd you say?
Why does
Why does
Marty get
Marty-
to drive the bus?
Marty?
In your commercial.
Yeah,
Bus.
Now, what did you have me doing sitting on top of the bus?
Strapped to the
Well, I
side.
was gonna show you off a little bit on top of it, I was gonna strap you, I don't know,
Good
you can get
order.
in the bus if you want to. Maybe you can hang out the back. I mean, we can put your whole crew on the
I'm
bus.
not gonna get hit with a bunch of bugs. I'm gonna ride in
That's
there.
Come on,
why I
we
said
can
you
let
should be on the
David Cross
top of
drive
saying,
that
I'm
bus.
king of the world.
No, no. All right, so that's what I have for you, board members.
So we need a motion to approve
We used
this.
to talk about putting advertisements on the back of activity buses, right?
Activity buses.
So we can put hiring Randolph County bus
Yeah, we're
schools
gonna
drivers.
try to figure out what to get.
Phone number.
How do you apply, where the information apply, and if we can make it look okay, I mean, I think we've got to continue to push. Morning and afternoon, morning only, or afternoon only. And that's probably causing, right now, Andrea is probably, that's gonna affect her too, because that's gonna make it difficult with our combo positions. We have bus driver custodian, bus driver child nutrition, but you know what, if we can get some people to drive buses, we need to grab them the best we can.
What
So,
I
board
do
members,
appreciate that, there's 3 or 4 things that's come out to you guys in the last 6 months, and you know what I'm talking about, different things that, like this board, or we've actually, on a serious note, we mentioned, what if, what if we look at something? And you guys didn't shut the door, you actually went out and you opened those doors, and that's pretty cool. Thanks a lot for doing that.
We got some work to do, because now whoever's doing buses on each campus has got to figure out, listen for that first incentive. They've got to make sure doesn't become a negative. If somebody misses a route, someone actually drives.
So we need a motion to approve this plan.
Well, you need to approve expenditures associated with the plan. The superintendent has the authority to do the other aspects of the plan. So, my suggestion would be that someone make a motion to approve the bus driver plan and the expenditures necessary to complete the plan.
Okay? Anybody want to make a motion to what you just said?
I make a motion to approve the plan and the expenditures required to complete the plan.
Do we have a
Second.
second? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Green.
Thank you.
Okay, up next is Mr. Brinkley. Almost said world famous.
Good evening, board members. Before I present the calendar, Captain Batchelor is here tonight, and Captain Arrington retired in December, and we were really excited to hear Captain Batchelor was promoted and came over to the SROs, and just glad that he is bringing continuity to the communications and support of our school system. And has done a great job for us over the years, and just glad he's going to continue in this role as captain and being over the SROs. So Captain Baxter, we appreciate your support in keeping our school system safe.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, board members, bring a recommendation to you to approve the second reading of the 2026-2027 school calendar. The calendar includes 180 student days, 14 teacher work days, 11 holidays, and 10 annual leave days. First day for students will be Monday, August 24th, 2026, and the last day will be Wednesday, June 9th, 2027. The calendar does include an inclement weather makeup plan where the first 5 days missed are absorbed. As you have before you, 3 public comments by staff that were submitted during the month of December. The committee met on January 10th, and they reviewed and discussed those public comments. And after careful consideration, the professional development day at the start of school, which was on the first reading, Monday, August 17th, was moved to Wednesday, August 19th. And I'll be glad to, and that is the only thing that changed from the first reading to the second reading. And I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have about the calendar.
Yes,
I'm gonna ask you, Dr. Gaines, I probably need your help also. Should we in the inclement weather makeup days include or have it written in there somewhere about remote learning?
So, Dale, I'll let you go first, and I'll tell you what remote learning. You want me to go?
So, we could add that in there, about that we do have, 5 remote learning days that we could use. I don't know if we want to, how much detail we want to put on that, but.
Well, we are, the state, we're in a group that gives 5 days. There are some that get more than that because of, it's, the best I can tell, school systems in the West where they have more snow. And there's some pretty interesting stories about how little some of them have been to school in the month of January. When that came about, and we came off the end of the pandemic, which we had a lot of remote learning, At that time, what I gathered was the feel of this board was that if we had days, we would absorb them until we got out of them instead of go straight to remote learning. Remote learning puts a lot on staff. Just so you know, full transparency, if anybody listening, staff sent students home with packets today because there's some question about tonight's weather. We think we're gonna miss it. We'll be up early tomorrow morning to make sure we missed it. But should we not miss it, then we're out of our 5 days. So if there needs to be discussion about the remote days, that's something that the state affords us, so we don't have to declare it as far as that we have those days. I have to declare what kind of day we're using. The next 5 days that we miss school will be remote days. But the sense I received, and if it needs to be corrected, that's fine. The sense I received was that if we had any weather that interfered with the calendar, we would not do remote until we had to, which is where we are. And we really got close to being in trouble because we were in the middle of exams when that last stuff happened. And just, I didn't see how we could do remote as a school system, and the high school kids weren't even in classes, and they were doing exams. So I could see that being very confusing for high school teachers, and then likewise being confusing for elementary and middle. So Mr. Cutler, I don't, knowing that it's there, I don't know that, if the board wants to change and say we don't want it, we want to do remote before we absorb any, that's fine.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm asking. I'm just saying, do we need to have on there, maybe do remote learning after the first 5 days are absorbed, instead of going to those other days? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see that, okay? And that's what essentially we're doing now.
Okay.
But, before we go to February 17 and March 14, is that right? That's what we're essentially doing. I can tell you, before we start picking up days, we're going to do that. Now, as I say that, the problem was we thought we were getting ready to run out of our 5 days and go over. I never had the first thought in my mind we'd get back in school was 24th of January, the way it looked the morning of 23rd. But again, we made that decision the week before because of where we were. That's what we're essentially going to do, but also the timing on it. We lost a day back in the fall. I'm about tired of losing a day in the fall because of hurricanes, but it seems like we've had multiple years in a row of that. So,
I'm just looking at it from sort of a
Yeah.
transparency thing, and it's just,
Is it the, I don't know,
You could
policy,
possibly do remote
Yeah, we
after those,
is it the policy or the procedure of the county committee or the board, whatever, as far as, that's the way it has to be as far as the, 5 absorbed days and then the remote days? I know that, I guess the remote days started during COVID. We didn't have that before COVID.
No, it came off
Before
of
then,
COVID.
I know we had,
They changed the law.
Yeah, so
To
Tim-
say,
what,
It's
8 years
spun
ago,
off.
8 years or so ago, we had something where we added 7 minutes onto the school days for the last half of the second semester, something like that, or we did something like that, didn't we?
Yes,
we did that sometime.
Yeah,
Okay.
because,
we added that
I wouldn't want to put it,
before that.
I would be against putting it in writing that it goes in that order, that we do that, then the remote days, because we are lying to ourselves and lying to everybody if we said, because it is not remote learning, it's remotely learning whenever we know that.
But you could put possibly, before those, you could put possibly remote days.
Right, I don't
And then
think we
have the
should.
option, because if we haven't sent home those little packets, they're not gonna have a remote
That's what I
day.
said, there's not gonna be remote
You know,
learning,
If it happens,
we're
and we
lying to
run out
ourselves,
of
and I
those
just
5 and
think,
we're still out.
I don't think we need to put I don't think we need to
I don't wanna
put it
hold
in
this
writing
to
as far
us.
as what the policy's gonna be as far as, because we may want to change that as far as, we may wanna add a few minutes onto a school day rather and,
Like I said, we,
fake everybody into thinking.
I don't want
we're
them to think
going
they're
to
gonna go from those 5 days right into remote learning, because it may be a situation that the 6th day, they were home after the 5 days, and we didn't have those
Didn't have
packets.
things ready,
So then you can't have one, so then you're gonna have to make that up by one of these.
Yeah,
Just full transparency, I was very nervous midday Friday. Because tomorrow looked unusual, and midday Friday, I was like, if that weather changes over the weekend, if we don't get packets home today, we're in trouble next week, but it's midday. And that's when it was beginning to hit, so I was like, well, cross your fingers, hope we get Monday in. I think we're gonna be fine, it looks like that, we'll check tomorrow morning, but the principals are ready. The problem with remote in itself, and this is, you know, I understand it's not as good as having school in person. I think we all agree with that. The problem is, I just can't call a remote day at 10 o'clock or 7 o'clock if the kids don't have anything. And that's, so as I was telling the principals and told Dale, we've got to be even farther out now to make sure that they know it's a possibility. Like this morning, I sent a text back to all the principals, said, you have to make sure you send packets home today, you know, done that, because, you know, didn't know where we were there. I think we could put in there, Mr. Cutler, the use of 5 remote days can be used. It's just a timing issue.
Yeah, it's a timing issue, and I just wondered if it's,
Send a message that we have 5 remote days. We
yeah,
may
that, and do we also want to try to protect the work days?
I mean, really, yeah.
Well, like, the thing that, and I think that happened, and I'm not, you know, I own the January 22 thing. I mean, we were headed, I mean, we saw weather coming, and, you know, I think we worked hard to protect next Monday, February 17, March 14, and in fact, we still have on the books the 12:30 release on 27th of March, and we're trying, you know, but I just want people to know that when I put my head on the pillow at night, I get it, Mr. Burgess, it's not as good as in person. But Stephen Gainey can't go to sleep feeling good about calling a remote day if I'm starting to wonder who even has anything to do on the remote day. You know, and that's where we were. That's where we were. That's why we had the 1 o'clock meeting, special call meeting with the principals on the 23rd of January. Because I said, if we get through this week, we're in no man's land right now. Luckily, we got in school on the 24th. But I think a note, if the board's fine, if you guys are all in agreement, we can add an addendum to the recommendation and say the use of, maybe we say the school system has 5 remote learning days that can be used as makeup resources as well. I think we can note that. We still also want the board to understand, or hear what I'm saying too, is that before I can call a remote learning day, we gotta be ready.
Yeah.
We gotta be ready, because I can only imagine if the elementary and middle teachers got packets and all that ready. I can only imagine the reaction when they stopped and thought about who the high school people are giving exams, and there's no, you know. And it's about kids, but at the same token, it's about having consistency. I believe we're ready. We told the principals, if you send the package home, I can send them home today, and they're not used, collect them. You know, and what I think about it is when I'm doing a packet, it can be new stuff, it can be review stuff, it can be spiraling, what you've been doing all through the year, as we're headed, especially if you're in a year long, after in a high school course, I don't know what you want to spiral, because you just started. But at any rate, maybe spiraling is not the right word, it's a word I think about. As a high school math teacher, are you remembering what we did in October? Because we're gonna need that in May, and you're probably gonna need it before May, and as it builds upon. So I think we can make a note if the board would like that, we can add that, and it probably need to be, whatever we add needs to stay there with our calendar. The rest of the way, needs to stay there the rest of the way unless the state takes away those 5 days. The flip side of that, now, I'm gonna caution the board, and maybe we can make a motion to give Dale that authority. I'm gonna leave that to our attorney, but remember, we're talking about 26, 27, and I guarantee you one of our minds are on next year, where we get in his mind again. So if we put that note on next year's, Elizabeth needs your help there.
I don't think we want it, I don't want it as day 6 is remote day.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
I don't want to say, I don't want to say day
Don't
6.
If we're gonna make a note, we need
Yeah.
to also get that note included on
Okay.
25,
I
26,
think, the-
which is already
You
been.
can't do
It's
that
more
Because
because
you can't declare
you
a
have
remote day
3 days.
if you don't have the,
Yeah,
if you don't give them the right
Right.
timing to be able to get everything
So-
done.
so
That's what
you-
parents
to
got
your
to
point,
understand. All they said, well, you got 5 remote days, but
to your
you got
point,
3 left, and you burn them up, the road is still out, so you didn't get a package. You can't do
yeah,
that.
there's your piece right there, you get
That's
out.
right. If they don't have a
And
package.
so we're gonna have, anytime we're thinking about remote, we gotta be out in front of it enough to.
well, and there's a lot,
Parents got to just realize if it's permissible to do it. And a lot of them look, well, you got the remote day. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they
we've
just
been
think
out
it's
for 3
like a
days, the
regular-
road's still icy, ain't no package
Right.
went on, 'cause we didn't think the
Yeah.
road was gonna be icy.
well, and the, whatever.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, whether there's learning or not
See-
on the
see
remote day,
remote
that's a big part of it, but it's not everything. I mean, being in school versus remote, we have bus drivers that don't work, don't get paid that day, for a remote day. We have we have students that don't eat, even if they're eating a honey bun or whatever it is that they're getting, but some of them don't eat if they're not in school, so, they don't eat on remote days, so, yeah.
The longer I do this, when school gets shut down, I mean, I get it, academics and all that,
Yeah.
but the longer I watch
It's a lot more.
what I see, I tell you what,
We have in this.
the priority number one, all it comes back to, kids not getting to eat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I get that it does affect academics if children don't have appropriate nutrition and all, but I think that got exposed during COVID. And if you didn't see it, I can remember as a high school principal, middle school principal, I remember when I would see a kid that wasn't eating it was, we gotta do something right now, not after lunch, it's right now. And so I think when we start missing for weather, the thing that flies to the top of the page for me, yeah, safety, I got it, but once we've canceled school to address the safety issue, the not eating is.
I think the biggest thing is, like I said, like Mr. Keller, I hate to see teachers' workday taken away from teachers and all, but, and we've seen some of the comments out there on social media, you got remote days, you got remote days. That's our thing, is we gotta educate these parents
Yes.
how remote days work. Like you say, Dr. Gaines, the packet's gotta go out, sometimes it ain't gonna happen. Parents don't have a clue about packets going out. They just say it's a remote day. They just log on the computer, sit there in their pajamas and have the computer on and watch
Especially
something
our
on
younger
TV.
kids that.
But that's the thing, these
experience
parents
remote
gotta be
days.
educated about the remote days. And they don't have a clue about it.
And just to that point, when we were in that week that wouldn't let up, I was hoping we could get back in, because on the 27th, there was a pretty detailed message went to parents, so to your point, Mr. Burgess, Mr. Boyles, because they had to know that what this meant. So I used that back, I think it was in January of 22, we got in a very similar bind, and I thought we were going to have to do remote learning days, and I sent a very similar message, so, yes, they've got to know what's coming. I heard from a lot of parents that weekend, maybe my message went out earlier than the 27th, maybe it didn't go out 27th, because I heard from a lot of parents the weekend of the 25th, when we got out, we had those tournaments, I heard a lot of parents talking about remote learning, and seem to understand at that point.
And be honest with you, talk to 95% of parents, they don't like remote learning. I don't like remote learning. Because it ain't nothing like in person. But let's be honest, when you start messing with people's schedules, that schedule is the first thing they worry about. Then they say, why ain't you using your remote learning days? I mean, it's a hard truth to accept, but it is. Because, everybody's busy and everybody's got a schedule, nobody likes to deviate from it. And that's just the truth.
could we not bump up these packets to where we tell every school in the county to have a packet ready by December 1? And if we need it, we got it. If we don't, we don't. Or at least
I
a
guess it
2-day
depends on where they
packet or
are in
something.
their
Yeah, it depends
curriculum
on,
though.
yeah.
I mean, at what point do we think legislation's gonna catch up with the school systems that are kind of bucking the calendar to where exams are done at Christmas for your high school kids? And so we're not, because I feel like that's part of our rub in January is that we can't work a lot of angles because we're having to work around
We can't get that
exam
semester
schedules.
ended.
And it affects our elementary
Can't
kids
get it
who,
finished.
you know, they're just trying to get to school or they're just trying to be at home on a snow day. You know, and I know there's counties that are breaking the law, and, you know, I'm not saying that's something we should do, but it's kind of like, when are, you know, who do we need to kind of rub to say, let's work this out? At least get on, somebody said earlier, like the college schedule, right off community college.
It's just typical, you got certain legislators,
Yeah,
they throw it away, and they gonna,
You got one legislator.
yeah.
You just got one, that's Phil Berger. The thing is, Dr. Gainey, we're operating within the statute. You know, our calendars are set up that way, that's fine. Is there any creativity in there to where we can add hours during the week or something to where we can finish the exams by Christmas? Is there any way whatsoever?
Well, a couple of years ago, we did a survey and saw, I mean, you can always offset your 2 semesters and make one shorter than the other. And I forgot, we worked on that, Marty, remember that? It was about 6, 7 years ago. We had very little interest in, you know, making the, and it would be, you know, where it's gonna hit is the high school. You know, I'm not discrediting middle and elementary, but
right.
most of theirs is typically year-long. But we put it out there knowing that one way you can do it inside, that the legislation doesn't say when your semester, you change semesters. So the only way you can do that, well, there's 2 ways. You can make the fall semester shorter, and you know, that's going, and you could do that and add hours, but then you're gonna get into the after-school stuff too. You know, and been there, you start taking the school day too long, then we get into some of that too, so. There's creative ways you can do it inside the law. We received very little interest when we did that survey, on what about if we offset.
Was the law before August, what, 25th?
It
4th?
says 26, closest Monday to the 26th. It has to end on June 11th, I believe.
You know, like this calendar we're looking at, you
That's
actually
where
get,
we get into the rub. is
you
that
gain a
on
few
the
days for the
26th.
first time in a while.
Yeah.
And
Usually it's been
Ms.
around 28.
Whitaker, your point about legislation, this legislation, I want to say started in 05, 06, because my first year as a high school principal, we were still on the old, that was 04, 05. And it has been debated ever since. I mean, people have had local legislation. We had a piece of local legislation 2 years ago by Representative Jackson and Representative Biggs. It didn't go through.
Well, the charter schools get to finish their semester.
They have the flexibility, they're not bound by.
Can we not, how do we get into their, like, how do we pull that, like,
Because we're
some of their
stacked and they're
stuff?
not.
I mean, you know, they claim they're like us, but how many
That's
ways?
That's
I've
one of
been
the
to
things
see
I've
it.
asked both representatives
I
to
mean-
put us on a level playing field with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
They're supposed to meet the same requirements of the calendar. I
Yeah.
don't know, I mean, it seems like they have more flexibility.
They go half a day or 4 hours or 3 hours on Friday.
Follows those
They don't
certain
have the
endings.
law requirement, the hour requirement either, do they? I don't think they
They
do.
don't have an
No,
hour
and no, it's
requirement?
just a general overarching statement about,
Have school year.
And then
have a school
66%
year that's
they're
kind of
educators.
similar to what everyone else has. It's a pretty broad statement.
I do have one more
We need some
question,
of that
just to keep it short, and like February 6th, we went from a half day. First of all, why were we a half day February 6th? Was it letters?
No, no, letters is, that, when we started those days, it was letters, but we finished letters other than bringing people along. No, that was, we kept those days, those 12:30 early releases just for professional development, to try to
Well,
give.
that was my next question, because I knew if we had letters and we sent them to school, then we're gonna have to find substitutes or change letter training, but since letters is over, we're good.
The bulk of that, now, we still have things as people join it. We still have some stuff there, but not like what we had 2 or 3 years ago, which is what led to those 4 days. So we have one of those, we took out February 6th and made it a full day, and we actually covered that with one late on that Friday the 24th. That helped, you know.
One more question. Since we have a cooperative, innovative high school, Randolph Early College, can that waiver, because you have to have a waiver where they don't start supposedly the Monday closest to the 19th, could that also apply to our school system?
It's part of the cooperative innovative high school agreement.
But couldn't we operate under that waiver as a school system as a whole?
No, and here's what happened a couple of years ago, when they started trying to point out school systems that were breaking the law. Somebody went and did a quick scan over and saw our early college and said, Randolph County School System breaking the law, and because they started early, you know, and we said, no, they're a cooperative innovative high school, they're one of the originals. And so they have calendar flexibility, somewhat like the charter.
So that went out, public made a list, didn't
We were on a list about 2 years ago, and I think they put us on top of the
We're on the
list.
tattletale list.
Yeah, and we said, no, we don't.
But is that a waiver you have to do every year? It's just when you
It's
start.
There's a
connected
cooperative-
to, there's this whole statute about the cooperative innovative high schools, and it's connected to that.
Yeah, and we have to take the agreement back every so many years, I've got it marked of how many years it has to go back.
Just for that school?
Yes. And a couple of years ago, Mr. Cover, they started kind of clamping down on, trying to limit the number of those cooperative innovative high schools that were gonna be approved. I don't know that there's been an impact of that, but we were protected, we were already in, because what the school system did to start that early college was fantastic.
I just don't understand, and I know what it's about, but I just don't understand how we have all these public school systems in our state that have relationships and these programs with the local community college, but yet we cannot operate under the same calendar. I just can't grasp that.
But you hit the nail on the head. It's one person.
It's one person, and they'll all tell you that. That's just funny to me.
And they will tell you that. I mean, I was told that last week. We were talking,
Have that
and,
much control.
and
I don't know.
they'll tell you, you know what, if you want to break the law, we don't have a problem with it, but the one person does. And he holds the grudge, you know, if you break that law, I've heard. So, I mean, it may bite you somewhere else for a school system.
Well, the issue with it to me is, if they ever take action on a school system not following law, I don't know what you do if they take action on you in December. I don't know if you can say, well, we'll go back and start over. You know, I don't know. I just don't, I don't want to lose something. that we-
I don't understand how he also can not think, granted, the conservative value is local control. And
Yeah.
why is this any different? You know, it shouldn't be any different. Because I guarantee the results will be, students will test better because of this. I mean, because we are going through almost a month from the time we get out of school until exams are finished, and it's just ridiculous.
And then if
that
you add
actually
bad weather on
starts.
top of it,
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
And I don't understand how you cannot see that. It used to be all about, they would say it affect tourism, but there's never been a tourism study. That's bull S. So,
You know, that's the same person though that even, I mean, especially, you know, you take like our school system or any school system, but our school system, like on the school grades, like the principal, you hold principals responsible for school grades. And, you know, you can take the greatest principal in the world, and it depends on the cards you dealt, and you've gotta play with that cards, and they're not always perfect hand, and you don't get to pick and choose that hand, and, they're not lottery picks, I mean, they're all mixed in, but yet, it's that principal's fault, so we wanna punish, that's the same guy does that too, you know? Well, we should take your money because you did, even though you're fighting a battle, an uphill battle that you challenged every day to, that's just not fair. It's the same person.
It's just common sense, and if, tell me what it is if it's not for the student, if that would not benefit the student,
I don't understand it, the whole,
or the schools, or the staff.
Special interest. Somebody put money in some book pocket.
I can't figure that one out. I mean, it's always tied to the same, it's like everyone's afraid down there of them. I don't understand it.
Sure are a lot of other people.
Yeah. So, are we gonna add?
Elizabeth, is there a way to?
You can add it if it reflects the current law without a vote on the 25-26 calendar if you want to, that's not a problem. But I do recommend that you keep it just consistent. Here's what the law is basically, in that you have the flexibility so that you're not tying your hands.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have a specific vote about that, just to post it.
Since it is in the law, we can
Correct.
add that. So we really don't even need to leave it in the motion for 26, 27 either. Since it's the law, we can just add that to it.
Right.
Okay, so we'll add something to both calendars and keep it for moving forward that something to the effect, if the board's fine, something about we will use,
So we'll come back next time and do
she's saying because the law stuff
It's
is
part of the
about
law
things, we
right
can
now.
just add it.
Part of the law.
The remote planning thing.
It'll be in the final.
So we can just go ahead and
Mr.
take it.
Tyler just wants to give the public notice when they read the calendar that,
That's right.
that's the law, so that they understand it can
You
happen,
take the notes,
right?
That's exactly right, thank you.
So there, you got it?
Yep.
All right, we'll do it to both, if that's approved tonight. Okay.
So just make it. Just read it like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve, the 26-27 school calendar. And is that good enough like that, or
That's fine, yeah.
Yes.
So move.
have a second? All those, have a second? Second. All those say aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you, board members.
Thanks, Phil. All right, Sharon.
I move that the Randolph County Board of Education enter into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11, A1, 3, 5, and 6, to preserve the attorney-client privilege to discuss confidential personnel matters protected by North Carolina General Statute 115C-319.
All right, you have the motion, we have a second? Second. Okay, we're, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're in closed session. Thank you.
Remember, it's better to ask for forgiveness.
Daily.
Evidently. Sounds like you might be. you
She's
might
one
be
of
up
his
there with her
favorites on his
favorites,
phone.
too.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the certified personnel report. I have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to approve the classified personnel report.
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to approve the administrative appointment.
Move.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, need a motion to adjourn the meeting. So moved.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye. All right. Hey,
Too bad.
Hey, Matt, come on.
Good, considering we had double the.
hey, on that particular one, she said a picture of the food, she was right. It was bad.
What?
Well, if you run out